Keir Starmer, the UK's Prime Minister, has faced a challenging week. His leadership is under scrutiny. Two major issues have converged, creating a political storm. First, former US President Donald Trump has dealt a blow to UK-US relations. Second, Starmer faces international criticism over his government's stance on free speech. Trump's rejection of Starmer's plea for tariff exemption has sent shockwaves through the UK. The Liberation Day tariffs, set to begin on April 2, 2025, will impact a range of British goods. Starmer had hoped for a special exemption for technology-focused trade. However, Trump refused, offering only to consider the request. This rejection is widely seen as a diplomatic snub. It highlights the fragility of the UK-US relationship post-Brexit. The Sun newspaper described it as a humiliation for Starmer. The Prime Minister's invitation for Trump to visit London in June was also declined, adding insult to injury. The UK-US relationship has always been complex. Despite the label special relationship, disagreements and tensions are not new. However, Brexit has undoubtedly strained the partnership. The Trump administration was openly critical of the UK's decision to leave the EU. The current tariff dispute further exacerbates these tensions. It raises questions about the UK's global standing and its ability to negotiate favourable trade deals. The timing of the tariffs, just as the UK is trying to rebuild its economy post-pandemic, could not be worse. Adding to Starmer's woes is the international criticism of the UK's stance on free speech. The case of Livia Tichi Bolt, a retired scientist, has become a flashpoint. Bolt faces prosecution for displaying a sign outside an abortion clinic. The US State Department issued a rare rebuke of the UK, expressing concern over restrictions on free speech. This criticism is particularly stinging as it comes from the UK's closest ally. It undermines the UK's image as a bastion of civil liberties. The US has linked free trade with free speech, suggesting that the tariff dispute and the free speech debate are intertwined. The Trump tariff snub and the free speech criticism expose a growing transatlantic divide. The UK and the US, once seen as standard-bearers of liberal democracy, now seem to be diverging on key issues. The US, under the Biden administration, is taking a more assertive stance on human rights and democratic values. The UK, grappling with the fallout of Brexit and internal divisions, appears to be adopting a more inward-looking and less liberal approach. This divergence has significant implications for the future of the transatlantic alliance. Section 6, Economic Fallout, the Impact of Tariffs and Labour's Uncertain Response. The economic impact of the tariffs is a major concern for the UK. The tariffs will increase the cost of British goods in the US market, potentially harming exports. The UK economy, still recovering from the pandemic, is vulnerable to external shocks. Labour's response to the crisis has been criticised as lacklustre. Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds has called for calm but admitted there is no immediate solution. The possibility of retaliatory tariffs has been raised, but this could trigger a damaging trade war. Section 7, Last Orders for Takeaway Pints, Pubs, grapple with new regulations. As if dealing with Trump and the free speech row wasn't enough, Starmer also faces domestic challenges. The end of temporary regulations allowing pubs to sell takeaway alcohol has dealt a blow to the struggling hospitality industry. Pubs now need to apply for special licenses, adding to their bureaucratic burden. The British Beer and Pub Association has warned of job losses and pub closures. The government's decision to let the regulations expire has been criticised as tone-deaf, given the ongoing economic difficulties faced by the pub sector. Section 8, A Government Adrift, Starmer's Challenges at Home and Abroad. Taken together, these issues paint a picture of a government facing multiple challenges. Starmer's leadership is being tested on both the domestic and international stage. The Trump tariff snub and the free speech controversy have damaged the UK's standing and exposed underlying tensions with its closest ally. The handling of the takeaway alcohol regulations has further fueled the perception of a government out of touch with the needs of businesses and the public. Starmer faces a difficult task in restoring confidence and providing a clear direction for the country. Section 9, The Road Ahead, Navigating a Complex Geopolitical Landscape. The coming months will be crucial for Starmer and his government. The UK needs to navigate a complex geopolitical landscape, marked by rising tensions, economic uncertainty, and shifting alliances. Repairing relations with the US will be a top priority, but it will require delicate diplomacy and a willingness to compromise. At home, Starmer needs to address the concerns of businesses and the public, providing a clear economic plan and demonstrating a commitment to core values. The road ahead is fraught with challenges, but it is also an opportunity for Starmer to define his leadership and set the UK on a new course.